time you have and the time of your life. The timing is right, it's kind of a night. Need two at a time. Wait, round 2 o'clock, I find these hoes losing their mind. Girls going wild, going on live. Let's be honest, you ain't gotta lie. One question, how many freaks do it take to this bitch turn into an orgy? 3 shots in on the feeling like Maury.
So Kidding, nice to meet you.
Pleasure, pleasure.
You just released the artwork for your new album, and I saw that Estevan Oriol shot it. So can you tell the audience what it means for the West Coast, Estevan Oriol?
I think, you know, for people who know, just, you know, not even just for the West Coast, or just, you know, if you know just good photography and art, I feel like Estevan Oriol is a pretty big, you know, stamped name where he's pretty branded as far as, you know, he has his own style with, you know, the black and whites and the way he shoots and the, you know, the type of lifestyle he shoots, and which is, you know, already before me was about, you know, tattoos and different West Coast areas that a lot of people weren't, you know, familiar with. And besides that, I feel like, you know, he has a lot of very, very popular, famous pictures that people, you know, everyone recognizes and might not even know is his work, that, you know, represent the West Coast and LA a lot. But I think he's just a great, you know, photographer, man. Okay.
And of course in the picture we can see your tattoo.
Of course, yeah.
And I read that your mom did your first tattoo. You did your first tattoo with your mom?
Oh yeah, now we went to get tattoos at the same shop, and she got one the same day, and I was kind of like, just, you know, it was an easy way for me to get a tattoo if she was motivated to get one too, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, it made it easier for me to step foot in that door and meet the people with my mom, so it made them feel like it was okay for me to come back and keep getting stuff.
And that's how you got your name, or?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, the name wasn't, you know, at the time had nothing to do with the tattoos or nothing like that. I feel like, of course, the name represents the tattoos and my lifestyle, and of course the name derives from tattoos, but I've only been kidding for like 3 years compared to, you know, I've had tattoos for like 10 years, so I just, you know, it was what it was.
Okay. You started your career in 2008. At first you was just producing and writing. So any chance that we may have something that you've produced?
Probably not. Probably not, man. I just been focused on, you know, doing background production and just focusing on being Kidding the artist. I don't want to juggle too many things at one time and lose focus on, you know, trying to produce the best beats ever or worry about who's gonna get these beats, and then, you know, until, you know, everything's done with the album and just done with the stuff that I felt like I wanted to focus on first before getting back into that craft. Okay, you know?
But since you have that background as a producer, how is it now to work on your new album? Since you know how it works.
Yeah. Right, it's you know, it's always dope and just new, and, you know, it's a new situation with the major label, so I had to, you know, come together with them, and it's not just me figuring out music, it's me and an entire team, you know, trying to come together and agree on everything for an album, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely just a fun creative process. I feel like, you know, for this album and the production, you know, I definitely try to help produce with the records, even though I'm not making the beats. I'm in the studio. I'm not just recording and then leaving the studio and letting the engineer do everything. I'm usually sitting right where he is, so, you know, I'm into it.
So last time you were in France, you was already doing a tour. You were already doing good with your album. So why did you decide to go with a major label?
Because it was just good. It wasn't really good enough. You know, it wasn't really the best that it could be. It was just, you know, good enough. I felt like, you know, I was doing things that were cool for an independent artist to do, and, you know, but I just have bigger goals, you know, with where I want to be and show caps, and, you know, 1,500 people is a lot, you know, or like tonight's 1,200 people, but, you know, 4,000 people could be way better, you know, and until I could sell, you know, do the same numbers as some of my peers, then I feel like, you know, it's so much work to be done. The people I was, you know, feeling like I was mentally competing with were doing more, so I just got to continue to do more, man. Okay,
so can you talk about your new single with Chris Brown? Show Me?
The new single with Chris Brown, Show Me, man, is just produced by DJ Mustard, and it's just a record that I had put together, and, you know, I hit Chris up and wanted to see if he just wanted to listen to some stuff from the album and see if there's anything he had any ideas for. And he came by and checked that record out, and it was, you know, he had never worked on a Mustard song before, and it was kind of one of those things where he was just amped about getting a record with me and getting a record, you know what I'm saying, with Mustard, and we had, you know, just a good time in the studio for a good, like, 12 hours and just vibed out, man. Just have fun, man.
Do you think that it could be your best single to date, or?
It's a different single, you know. It feels, it's definitely not the best song ever, for sure. It definitely is just, you know, fits its purpose. It's a single that fills a void that I feel like I wasn't, you know, feeling. So I don't just do one type of music. So it's like you're not gonna listen to the album and be like, oh, there's another Show Me, because it's just gonna be one Show Me, and it's serving its purpose of what, you know what I'm saying, what it's supposed to be for. So definitely not my best record. I have songs that I perform, you know what I'm saying, that respond just as well, you know, so it's definitely, you know, just a bigger look record.
Okay. Can you explain for us the rise of the hip-hop scene in Los Angeles? Because for a while, like, everybody was waiting for Dre and Snoop to come back.
Right.
And now, since like 5 years, the YG and all that.
Man, the hip-hop scene in LA is really, like, you know, growing, and people are just not afraid to be original, I think, you know, more than thrown under a stereotypical, you know, vibe from LA. Everyone's just ready to start their own movements and separate themselves from, you know, the regular Snoop and Dre sound, you know?
On the real, no lie. I don't know what it is, but you just my type. Everything just right. Be said, put it to the left, don't listen to the hype, though. Got a cup in your hand, baby sitting, but you ain't got no kiss. We ain't leaving till it ain't no more left. Can't see no time on the Rolex.
And last question, I saw one of your past interview, and you said, like, when you were growing up, it was either you're gonna be an artist or a gangbanger.
I mean, nah, I feel like people, not necessarily an artist or a gangbanger, more than, you know, it's just not too many options. You know, you either, when you grow up, I think the mentality a lot of people had, more so than going to college, was, you know, and not because they didn't want to go to school or be educated, it's just, you know, college isn't always affordable. So people would just kind of X that out of their, you know, mind frame, and it was either I'm going to get a scholarship for playing ball, or I'm going to get, you know what I'm saying. LA, the tattoo lifestyle was huge. So, you know, for me, it was like I could be a tattoo artist or something like that, or be a musician, yeah. But it's like you be a musician, everyone wants to be some type of musician, and then everyone, you know, or either just not have nothing to do and get sucked into just gangbanging just to make, you know, money sometimes, or just be cool in the neighborhood. And I feel like you figure it out when you get older. Some people get a chance to figure it out, and some people, you know what I'm saying, don't. But once you get older, I've watched everyone change their minds, because it's not as easy as everyone thinks, you know?
You can tell by the way you've been looking at your girlfriend. Okay. I can tell by the way you've been dancing with your girlfriend. Yeah. Can I ask, is you down? Is you down?
Yo, this your boy Kid Ink, rocking with Booska-P.com. You already know what it is. Ooh.
Face. It's something on your expression, looking like you need a taste of that ass. Take the gram, it's nothing that I can say. It's a lot up on the plate.